So the books I chose for this assignment were If You Give a Mouse a Cookie and A Bad Case of the Stripes. I'll start with If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. So I chose If You Give a Mouse a Cookie because growing up it was one of my favorites. I remember reading it over and over again. And when I looked back at it and I was reading it, I was like, is there really a main point? But when you look deeper and you look at the photos, you can tell that the main point is to cut those you love off. Like, okay, I'm not wording this correctly. It's trying to teach you to be more self-sufficient, saying that if you just baby somebody their whole life, they won't grow to be an adult. I believe that the culture in this book is actually a critique on the collectivism culture, because in collectivism culture, there's a huge emphasis on caring for those around you and like taking care of them, which we can see that the boy does whenever he listens to the mouse's like whims and lets the mouse do whatever they want. And I think it's specifically an individualism, like somebody from an individualistic culture's critique on collectivism, because I believe if you are so deep in an individualistic culture, you won't see that that collectivism culture also has some main points to it. And with that, I also believe that the boy in the book is high context, as he's placing a lot of emphasis on this relationship with the mouse, whereas not that the mouse is low context. I don't really know what the mouse is, but as we can see, like throughout the story as it progresses, the boy gets more tired and exhausted, and I feel like a high context person would, if they were being taken, not that the boy's being taken advantage of, but if they were giving and giving and giving without a break and they were to get tired, I feel as if a high context person would not take that break and stop giving the person what they want. And then in the book, A Bad Case of the Stripes, I chose this one because I actually have never read it, and my mom really likes it. She's a second grade teacher. So I decided to look into it and read it, and it's really just such a good book. The main point is to never change for anyone and be true to yourself, as well as not to care what other people think. Ooh, sorry. I believe that the culture is one of self-identity and working on your self-perception. We see this literally with the stripes as they change on Camila, the main character. She's the one with the stripes. Whenever somebody calls out like what they want her to be, there's a great example in the book where a boy is like, I want to see some purple polka dots, and her stripes turn to be the purple polka dots. That is a literal sense of what Camila has been doing most of her life in changing. I also believe that there are some gender biases within the book, with Camila, the main character, being a young girl. As somebody who grew up AFAB, the pressure society puts on you as a young girl to always fit in and be doing what is expected of you and what other people want, that really messes with your head and you lose sight of your self-perception and who you are. So yeah, those were the books. Ding.